So let's move on to today's games. Villarreal against Copenhagen. I expect Villarreal to win, 2-0 win. Karabakh against Ajax. I'll go for a 3-1 win for Ajax. Karabakh not have been very good this season in the Champions League, I have to say. They've been quite competitive. Where are they, Karabakh? I think they're 21, but I think they've been competitive. You know, they drew to Chelsea. I think they had the first two wins of the season Champions League. Even the games they lost, they put a decent fight against Athletic Bilbao and against Napoli. So maybe they might get something from this game. Let's see. But I expect Ajax to win 3-1. Real Madrid against Manchester City. A classic Champions League tie. Another game, another match between Real Madrid and Manchester City in the Champions League. I mean, how many years now? I mean, they faced each other in 2020. They didn't face each other in 2021. Where they could have faced. They actually could have faced each other in 2021 if Chelsea didn't beat Real Madrid and Real Madrid knocked Chelsea out in the semi-final. And then 2022 they faced each other in the semi-final. 2023 they faced each other in the semi-final again. 2024 they faced each other in the quarterfinal, and 2025 they faced each other in the playoffs. And now they're going to face each other in the league phase. So that's what, 5 times in 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it is getting boring. Listen, it's always a great fixture between these two, but it is getting boring with the amount of games they're facing each other. It's a bit like Real Madrid against Liverpool. But yeah, but however, very important game for both teams. You know, Man City, it's an important game considering they lost their last Champions League game against Bayer Leverkusen at home because of Guardiola's weird changes. But so yeah, it's a very important game for Man City to win, to have a good chance of qualifying for the last 16 automatically. For Real Madrid, it's also a very important game. You know, considering the pressure, the noise that's been going on with Xabi Alonso's future. Where Real Madrid are in the Champions League phase? Where are they? Yeah, they're 6th. So yeah, it's a very important game for both teams. For Real Madrid, of course, first because it's Xabi Alonso's future, and there's noise that he could be sacked after the game if Real Madrid lose to Manchester City. However, he said in the press conference that tomorrow's game, which is today, that the fans after the game will be excited. I don't know what does that mean, but let's see what happens. Let's see. Maybe he's confident, but I don't know. I don't know if he has the right to be confident like that, because Real Madrid have not been performing well recently. So I don't know if he has the right to be like that. But anyway, but obviously the pressure, the noise is on Xabi Alonso a lot. And you know, he even was in the press conference, he was opening up about he could be even the manager of Liverpool for the future, replacing Slot maybe potentially. Which you never know, but I don't see it happening in my opinion as of now. Because I don't think the Liverpool owners would sack Arne Slot in my opinion. But anyway, on the Real Madrid side, you know, it's a very important game for them. Obviously for Xabi Alonso, for the fans, for the players. Obviously it's also a big game against Manchester City, and also they need a confidence boost. They need a win to remove the problems they've had in, let's say, the beginning of November, where they lost to Liverpool. They had a couple of draws, and then they have 3 red cards against Celta Vigo and losing at home to them. So winning this game would be very important for Real Madrid fans and for the players. For Manchester City, they're in a decent run of form in the Premier League, winning 3 games in a row, even though 2 of them were kind of scary for them against Leeds and Fulham. They had a good win against Sunderland. Real Madrid away is a very important game. Obviously, they have a bit of history with Real Madrid in the past, and a very important game for City as well, because obviously, you know, they lost their last game in the Champions League against Bayer Leverkusen, so it's a very important game for them to win, and if they want to win and qualify for the last 16 automatically. And you know, you look at Real Madrid's last 2 games in the league phase after Man City. They've got Monaco at home, which they should win. Then they've got Benfica away, which can be tricky, but let's see. Man City, they've got, I think, Galatasaray at home, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they've got Galatasaray at home and Bodo Glimt away, which two of those games they should win. But I think City and Guardiola would like to win this game against Real Madrid to have a better chance of qualifying for the last 16 automatically, because they lost to Bayer Leverkusen in the last game, which they should have never done it. But anyway, but very important game for both teams. There's always history between both of them. My score prediction, I think obviously Real Madrid will try to attack and try to create chances. City do the same thing. It could be an expansive, open, fantastic game between these two. So I'm going for a 2-2 draw between Real Madrid and Man City. Benfica against Napoli. Jose Mourinho against Antonio Conte. Ooh, there's a bit of history between these two, especially in the Premier League. When Mourinho was managing Manchester United and Antonio Conte was managing Chelsea. I remember the comments they made. I think Mourinho made a comment that, let's say, made Conte respond, where he said that I don't need to behave like a clown on the touchline. And we all know Conte, sometimes he likes to jump up and down in the touchline as well. But Mourinho is a bit like that as well. And Conte said that he has a senile dementia, forgetting his behaviour. And then Mourinho responded, I would never be suspended for match fixing. And it was very dramatic between these two, and it was lovely banter, lovely rivalry between these two. So but anyway, that was the past, and now they managed both different teams. Benfica need a win. They got a big win against Ajax away. They need another win as well, especially if they want to be in the playoffs at least. Whereas Napoli, they've not been so scintillating in the Champions League, at scintillating best, because they've had some games where they could have done better. They drew to Frankfurt at home. They lost 6-2 to PSV. So it's a very important game for both teams. My score prediction, I'll go for a 1-1 draw. Athletic Bilbao against Paris Saint-Germain. That's a decent game, not an easy game for PSG. But I expect PSG to win, so I'll go for a 1-0 win for PSG. Bayer Leverkusen against Newcastle. A tricky game for Newcastle. Bayer Leverkusen is a good side who just beat Manchester City. Tricky game for Newcastle. Important game. They've been good in Champions League mostly. My score prediction, I'm going for a 2-1 win for 2-1 win for Bayer Leverkusen. Borussia Dortmund against Bodo Glimt, I expect a 3-0 win for Borussia Dortmund. Juventus against Bathurst, I expect a 3-1 win for Juventus. Final game, Club Brugge against Arsenal. I don't think it's going to be an easy game for Arsenal. Obviously they've had some problems with injuries, and they've had a bit of a setback against Aston Villa, so it's a game that they would hope to bounce back, even though I think Arsenal don't need to do much to qualify for the last 16 automatically, because they're top, so they don't need to win other games. And you look at their main fixtures, they've got Inter away, who are not the same as before. They've got Cara at home, so they should be fine. So will Arteta make changes to avoid more injuries? We don't know. Let's see. He could do it, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. However, they've got Wolves at home on Saturday, which is a game that they should easily win. So he might not rest players for this game, but let's see. Especially you look at the Champions League, you've got so many great teams very good teams in Champions League. Even though the teams who are not considered as the big boys, you've got likes of Atalanta, who've done fantastically well, just beat Chelsea. And even though they're not doing well in Serie A, the third in the Champions League, you've got teams like, Bayer Leverkusen, PSV, Borussia Dortmund. You've got, Sporting Lisbon. You've got very good teams in Champions League, even though the teams are not considered the big ones. They are very good teams, competitive teams who can give the big boys like Barcelona, Real Madrid a bit of a fight. So this season Champions League has been quite very, very entertaining to watch, especially not only in the games between the big boys like we're going to see Real Madrid and Man City, but games like Club Brugge giving a very good fight against Barcelona. So I don't think it's going to be an easy game for Arsenal, because Club Brugge are a decent side. They are 27th though in the Champions League, so it's a game that they need to pick up points if they want to qualify for the playoffs. So it won't be an easy game. My prediction, I think Club Brugge might cause problems. I really think so. Just I think that they're at home as well, which could help them. I think they might get a draw. I really think so. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I think it will be a draw in my opinion. I could see it a draw in my opinion. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a nice day. See you next time, and goodbye.